single phase versus three phase inverters for off grid solar energy systems. I'm going to be talking about what they are and the differences between them, how they work and where they're used in the application. And also, last but not least, I'm going to be talking about how to select them based on the phases or the loads that your home is receiving. Without further ado, my name is Ahmed Soel and this is Solar for You. Before I get into the video, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, clicking on the notification bell in case you don't miss my future videos. And do let me know if you have any further questions or suggestions on which I make in the future videos. Alright, so moving on to what they are. Single phase, they're used, with residential areas that require less loads, less power requirements, loads that don't have motor, for example, motor or electric loads, so they have less power demand transfer. They can be transferred with less power, and yeah, they basically have two wires, so they have one live wire and one neutral wire. Of course, the live wire consists of AC power, flowing through the system, while the neutral, it completes the circuit, returning back to the main source to complete the circuit. And in case of any unexpected tripping or fault that could blow up the fuse, that's why the neutral is there, to prevent that from happening and to prevent you from getting electrocuted. So this is why we have the neutral wire. And the single phase load is limited, with the capacity of 230 to 40 volts with 50 hertz frequency, and the power output is not constant. There's a voltage drop at irregular time intervals, which is why, comparing to the three phase on the other hand, they're much more used widely in industrial and commercial areas that require more power demand and transferring them, which is, as you can tell, three phase have three wires, three live wires separated at 120 degrees for each peak phase. And this is why the three live wires have the same voltage levels throughout, but they deliver three times the power. And they have another wire, the fourth wire, which is the neutral, going out and again completing the circuit to prevent from any precautions or any fire or hazard. And of course, the three phase, they have, they are more efficient. They don't lose power. They have a continuous power output, increasing the load bearing capacity, and they're able to supply to the loads much efficient than to single phase. So that's pretty much in simple explanation of what single phase and three phases are. Let's move on to how they work. If your home were to have, let's say, a single phase home, well, mainly, it all depends on the number of phases your home is receiving, and that'll depend what kind of inverter you're going to go for. So if a single phase home that's receiving a power supply, simple, there's no, logic, hard explanation. Just go for a single phase inverter that's going to, supply to the home. No issues whatsoever. You cannot, although you cannot connect a three phase inverter if you have a single phase home. Unless, if it was the other way around, if you had a three phase home being supplied, um, powered by the grid, then you have three options. You can either go for a single phase inverter that will be attached to either one of the phases that contains the most balanced or stable load. I'll come back to you later on why you should do that. The second option you can go for is the microinverter, which is attached to one of each phase. So for the three phases, each of one has microinverter on them. Or you can just simply have a three-phase inverter that will split evenly between the three phases. So let me give an example. If I have a 6 kilowatt inverter, six kilowatt inverter, that'll be split into three 2 kilowatt phases, and they will be distributed, balancing the loads distributely and evenly. Although the three phase inverters are expensive compared to the single phase, it all depends on what you want to go for and your needs. Coming back to the single phase inverter, like I mentioned, the reason why you want to attach to the most stable load or the most stable phase from the three of them, the three phase, is because if you were to attach to, let's say, a different imbalanced load, then it can cause your inverter to trip, to cause a lot of frequently tripping, voltage fluctuation drops, so you want to make sure that the power output is stable from the inverter in case if you have a solar system and you want to export to the grid. So which is why you have to make sure the single phase inverter are attached to the one of the phases of the three phase home in the stable load, stable phase. So making sure the solar installer, he has to be very very good professional and technical to be installing it correctly, so to avoid any future uh, unexpected problems and to avoid them. So yeah, I mean, unless if you want to, you know if you do know how to install a single phase inverter, or if you have any knowledge or a third party review opinion of how to connect a single phase inverter through a solar or any installer, then you can go for it and install it there. Now, which to choose, like I said, it all depends on you. If you have a single phase home that you're receiving power from the grid, then just simple as that, go for a single phase inverter. No, not much to it. If you have a three phase home, you have three options. You can either save money and go for a single phase inverter, making sure you get the right person, the installer, to get it connected properly with no issues being faced in the future for tripping. Or you can have a microinverter connected to each three of the phases. Or you can spend a little bit more money, but it will be much safer, easier to have the three phase inverter delivering power throughout the three phases evenly to your home. And for efficiency for solar power systems, converting DC to AC efficiency. So that's pretty much what the three phase inverter can offer. Alright, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Like I said, if you do want to watch my previous videos that I've made on designing solar energy systems, online tools such as Open Solar, do click on the video. I'll put that somewhere on the top corner of the video. And yeah, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care. Stay safe. Bye bye.